Now, Alabama's 13 Sports.
One of the most important figures in the history of Alabama athletics passed away Saturday. Mal Moore, longtime athletics director, died at the Duke University Medical Center in Durham, North Carolina. He was 73 years old. Moore's connection with Crimson Tide athletics spanned 6 decades. He has the distinction of being part of 10 national championship football teams as a player, coach, and athletics director. It was announced earlier in the week that Moore was in need of a lung transplant. He had resigned earlier this month because of health issues and was replaced by Bill Battle. One of Moore's crowning achievements was the recruitment and hiring of head football coach Nick Saban.
Well, the first thing he did was he recruited Terry. I mean, I've told the story before that I wasn't even going to talk to him, and I called Terry and said, I don't think I'm going to talk to these guys tonight. And she says, oh, Mal's already here. We've been talking for an hour. So that was his first step in the right direction.
And I'm sure we'll hear many more great stories about Coach Moore. Meanwhile, in Auburn, the Tigers held their first fast-paced spring practice in full pads. Head coach Gus Malzahn continues to install his hurry-up, no-huddle offense. This was Auburn's third practice in 4 days. The 2-hour workout was the first inside Jordan-Hare Stadium. After practice, Malzahn was asked if any of his players stood out. Anyone at all. His answer, quote, no, zero, unquote. Malzahn clearly not happy with what he saw in the first day in full pads.
I thought there were some guys that really tried to, and there were some guys that we got a long way to go. That's kind of what I told them. But at the same time, a lot of them are in shock, you know, with how fast, the pace, everything that goes with that. Fatigue is a factor. We've got to get in our type of playing shape, but I really believe that our guys have the attitude and they want to do that. It's just going to be a matter of time before we get there.
And for more on the Tigers, visit auburnchannel.com. Alabama will take a few more days off for spring break. The Tide will be back on the practice field on Monday. BamaChannel.com, that's the place to go for more on the Crimson Tide. On the south side, UAB continued spring practice. Head coach Garrick McGee has preached development this offseason. At the same time, his players seem to have developed a stronger bond with the second-year head coach.
I feel like with Coach McGee, we've now come to a point where we can almost trust McGee. Like last year, I didn't feel like, you know, maybe there were not a lot of people on board, but I feel like this year, we've all kind of bought in, and we can see when we do things right, we can get up to that next level of where we want UAB to be, because we want championships.
And to basketball, only 8 teams remain in the women's NIT, and the Auburn Tigers are one of them. Auburn hosting Drexel at Auburn Arena tonight. First half, Lady Tigers playing some defense. Hasina Muhammad with the steal, and look at her. She slaps it ahead to Tyrese Tanner. She'll take it coast to coast for 2 of her team-high 16 points. Moments later, Blanche Alverson left all alone in the corner. She sinks 3 of her 15. Auburn, though, trailed 30-12 at the half. Drexel is moving on 56-43. Auburn finishes 19-15 on the season. Alabama and Auburn baseball, the rubber match of the 3-game series, pick it up in the 7th inning. Bama leading 1-0. 2 on. Andrew Miller lays down the bunt. That's a squeeze play. That scores Mikey White, pride of Spain Park. Alabama grabs a 2-0 lead. That's all they would need. The story of the game is Bama pitcher Spencer Turnbull. A complete game shutout. Bama wins it 2-0. Well, your wake-up forecast when we come back. You're watching Alabama's 13 News at 10.